Zello, welcome to our YouTube channel.
Hey everybody.
Today we're going to be talking about our top couple of most beautiful Pokemon cards for the new Paldea Evolved Evolution set.
Yeah, we've got some. It's mostly from the extended gallery. I think it's all from the extended
It's all
gallery.
from the extended art
which
gallery.
is probably the same for most people. But just kind of going through ones that we think are kind of the coolest looking,
and
then
also some of the ones that have like the best playability.
See what we think about playing with them. We actually have a little bit of background playing with some of these so far. Some of them we don't at all. We also, online, we've got most of these, if it's just the basic versions even, but not all of them. So,
We
and
definitely
decks have
don't
not been
have all
built
of them
yet.
in person.
So let's go ahead and get started with the first one. What we're going to do first is go over the whole evolution lines for
Skeldridge.
all of the 3 starter Pokemon for the Scarlet and Violet block. So first we've got Skeldurge.
You've got Fuecoco, Croclore, and Skeldurge EX.
Yeah, and so the cool thing with these is all of the
Backgrounds.
all of the evolution lines are done by the same artist and are following a theme of the Pokemon evolving to their final forms and like what their lives are like as they're evolving through, almost kind of like you're watching the cartoons as things kind of do different things as they evolve.
Like you can see in all of the pictures, the girl, the trainer, you can always tell that it's the same trainer because she's always wearing the same white bucket hat, and it's the trainer taking her Pokemon grocery shopping every single time, so they're kind of cohesive, which is why you want to have a full collection of them.
Yeah, it's all food. It's all about food with Skeldurge.
Definitely.
I will tell you that I don't like the final 2 evolution forms as much
As
of
the
Skeldurge. I think Fuecoco is cool.
All of the
Croclore
first ones are cooler than the last couple.
is okay. Skeldurge just bugs me. To me, Skeldurge just looks like a crocodile clown thing. But again, it was my partner Pokemon that I picked. It's cool. I think the card is super playable. I don't know that people think so much as of yet, but that big burning voice ability is going to do a lot of work, and there are ways to lower the cost even more on that. I love to play, me personally, although it may not be a big meta thing, the Charizard from the Pokemon Go set that actually makes every fire energy on your Pokemon count as 2. So it's great for retreat, it's great for all of these different moves, and so it's a good way to get this out. Again, being stage 2 on all of these, getting to the final evolution is going to be the biggest hard part about their playability. But Is there anything else you want to say about Skeldurge? Any other?
Not except for those cards are very, very cool cards.
They are cool. So
now we're going to be talking about Meowscarada. She was my trainer, or not my trainer, my basic Pokemon. I think that the coolest card from this trio is definitely the Springrito. She is a very, very...
Sprigatito?
Sprigatito.
Yeah. Sprigatito?
I'm not
Yeah.
quite sure what she's called, but she is a very, very beautiful card. It looks like she might have some hydrangeas around her. It's a very pretty card, and
Yeah.
it looks like all of it is themed around plants. And I know that Sprigatito and Meowscarada and like all the evolutions are very sassy Pokemon, so I think that it definitely takes advantage of the sass there. And it's also a very, very playable card, and I think that a lot of people will be playing it based off of Meowscarada's it takes 2 normal any type energy to do her scratching nails attack, which means that you don't even have to play it with a grass type deck. Hypothetically, you could play it with like a fire type deck because it doesn't need grass energy.
Yeah, you would lose out on some of the basic ability, but this definitely has got good potential. Hopefully, grass hasn't really seen much of any play, even though there's lots of cards they've done in the last like 3 or 4 or 5 sets even that have kind of supported the grass theme. But I will tell you, yeah, along the lines of what she was saying, the artwork is great on this. This is probably in all the artwork of the 3 starter Pokemon my favorite artwork in this set, and it just follows the theme. It's all in the garden, I wish I could read. I'm not, and my vision is not good enough to read the artist on there, but I know it is the same artist. Knocked this one out of the park. It looks amazing.
It looks beautiful.
You will also realize that if you've watched recently, that Masquerada EX got pulled by a certain someone.
Definitely. So now we have the Sprigatito and Masquerada EX. Now all we're looking is for the Florigato EX.
No, other way around.
Or
You have the Masquerada and Quaquavel.
And I have the Sprigatito.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about all of the Pokemon. Anything else you want to say on these ones?
Nope.
All right. So next is Quaquavel, which is what I was just speaking about, which is the last evolution line for the basic Pokemon. And on this one, as I was saying, if you could look back at some of our other videos, that Quaquavel that you're seeing on the screen there was also pulled by this one here. So she's got the luck for it. I would love to get the Skeledirge as well.
It's also very easy to tell that in this one specifically, that all of the Pokemon are standing in front of the same mirror, the same building every single time, so that it can show how it's kind of evolving and how the Pokemon are kind of self-centered, and it kind of shows the personality of the Pokemon more than just the normal regular art.
Yeah, and this one, I know that she's built a deck that actually uses the Quaquavel EX and the Quaquavel from Scarlet and Violet that I think has actually got some pretty good potential to be very usable, because that attack, the 230, and putting the energy back into hand isn't nearly as bad as the discard. So really you only have to find a way to get one extra energy out of turn.
Which you can do with the normal Quaquavel. Its ability will normally just let you put on an extra energy.
The one from Scarlet and Violet. And there honestly, with water, there's so many ways to just put energy on Pokemon or get it to your hand and spread it out. It's not even an issue. 320 is good for the hit points on this one. Out of all of the starter Pokemon, even though I said Skeledirge was kind of derpy, I don't like Quaquavel at all. I like Quaxley.
Very cool.
Quaxley's cool looking with his pompadour, but I think the other versions are just I don't know, not my thing.
Quaxwell has a party in the front, business in the back.
Quaxley?
Quaquavel.
Oh yeah, Quaxwell.
Like he's got business in the front, party in the back.
Yeah, it went from a pompadour to a mullet.
Yes.
Gotcha. So yeah, this one, it'll be interesting. She's got a deck built with this. We will continue to see how this one rolls. Obviously, right now I've got fire, so she's hitting me for weakness, which makes it very difficult to judge, but also I can see the potential in how quickly this deck works. So I definitely think this is one to keep an eye on, and again, the artwork is awesome. So you ready for the next bunch? Now these are just going to be some random ones throughout the set that we just really dug the artwork. Also, the legendary Pokemon are from the new game will be in here as well, because those are just awesome artwork. So
this is the Iono trainer. She is a very cool card. I know that the Iono, the one with where she's eating all of the food, is one of the most expensive cards, I'm pretty sure, in the set right now. I think it's gone down to around $95 currently as the market price, and it is a very cool card, so I can understand the price. And then I've also seen a lot of people recently pulling the other Iono, so I think that the pull rates for that one might be a little bit higher. But they're all really cool cards.
Well, yeah, the rarity with the new rarity on there, the one that she was talking about with all the Pokemon and food in it is the higher rarity, the double gold, as opposed to I think double silver on the other one. And this is a super duper playable card. It's a good comeback card. That it's a good way to, if you are behind by a bit or even a bunch, you can either scratch your way back in or really mess your opponent up. If they're down to one or two cards, essentially, and drawing top decking because of you playing this card, that's going to make it difficult for them to close out if you've got some stuff or a board state to build with. I don't know if you're going to come back from being down 6-2 or something like that, but you definitely will have some potential with this one. So. And
I love how you can always tell the personality of the Pokemon or the trainer from the card artwork.
Yeah, they do a good job with that here. This is the vlogger from the video game.
She is a social media influencer.
Yeah, and you can definitely kind of see that whole thing kind of creeping out on
with
here.
With her Rotom phone in the picture.
Yep. So, And next, I think, do we have... Yep, we've got another trainer that we really kind of like the artwork on as well, Grusha.
Grusha. She is a very, very pretty card. Like, you can see her peeking out the window. And it, like, captures her personality, how, like, she likes to be in the cold, but she also, like, likes to stay warm. You're able to just tell all of that from just the artwork.
Yeah, I can see this, too. Playability-wise, it's got some good potential if you're behind early. Also, there's going to be some weird Lost Zone decks maybe out there where they've got like Camarant, the one that once you've got cards in Lost Zone doesn't attack for any energy, so you can play these weird energy light or no energy at all decks and just really get a lot of use out of this. I mean, 7 cards with 4 of her in there if you're playing a energy light or no energy deck is really going to get you what you need and through your deck pretty quick. So definitely playable. I think it definitely fits kind of her attitude from the game. Both are cool looking. The one in the window is actually really cool, but both are good looking and
aesthetically pleasing cards.
Yeah, I think they both look good and will see play. And I believe you pulled Grusha too, didn't you?
Yes,
not the window one.
I pulled the one that was
regular,
not the window. I
the
pulled
full
the
art.
regular one. The regular
So.
one. Very pretty.
Kids got the hot hand with this set. So let's see. Let's go to the next ones. And this is where we start talking about the legendary Pokemon.
Chi-Yu.
Yeah, Ting-Lu and Chi-Yu. And we have not found either of these in the actual Scarlet and Violet game yet. I do know that they're people that want to know their stakes throughout, their little swords throughout the game. And I guess they're color-based. I didn't quite know what they did, but I was able to unlock Chen Pao. And so I know that these are part of it, and I only know from the set. So we don't have a lot of experience with these yet, so probably butchering the names a little bit too, or might. But both of these are obviously like the fancy schmancy art ones, and I think all of them for all the legendary ones are
all of them are just
awesome.
So pretty, but I think my least favorite out of them definitely has to be the Ting-Lu, just because I don't think it's to the same level as all of the other ones. But the fish one is really cool, and I like how you can see the sun coming through the water.
Yeah,
and it really is kind of similar to some of the other cards that you have seen in the water, like the Vaporeon, which is a very cool card. You can see how it's in the water as well.
And it's also a fire Pokemon, which is probably something to do with the game. I'm not quite sure.
And it's very interesting to see a fire Pokemon in the water.
In the water, yeah. And the Ting-Lu, that's a deck that a lot of people are looking at now. So this one very likely will get a lot of play. The ability to completely shut down abilities except for on EX cards is the real deal. There's ways to spread energy around. Its attack doesn't look that big at 150, but the fact that it can actually also splash damage around just can make this annoying to deal with. So it actually is much better to play than it could be without. And then also you can always put the charm thing on it
the
that gives it
charm.
because it's a basic, so it will bump up the HP to 290.
But I don't think it would typically need it if you didn't need it to.
Yeah, just to keep
unless
it around
you were
longer.
coming up against a tough opponent.
And then we've got the other two.
Wo-Chien and Chen Pao.
Yeah.
My favorite out of all of them, it definitely has to be Chen Pao EX. It is a very pretty card, and it is a very, very playable card.
Yeah.
It is one of the decks that I'm seeing the most common currently. It is a very pretty card and a very good deck.
Yeah, this is just another one of those really good energy acceleration cards. Got a really good ability, kind of on par with something like Shadow Rider Calyrax, kind of with the energy stacking and getting bigger. But there's so many ways to recur energy with water and get energy. It's not going to be a problem to play. So again, it's going to be super playable. Probably splash it in any water deck, even if it's not based around Chen Pao. You can probably put it in there.
And Wo-Chien is also a card that I'm not seeing a ton of play with yet, and I'm not sure exactly what it does and how good it will be. But I think it will go good with some of the other cards that are there.
Yeah, I don't. I really like the theme of this one, and again, not quite haven't discovered the game, so not quite sure. I'm sure it has something to do with the theme in the game, but I love the artwork there. It's very much kind of like Princess Bride, Forest. It's got kind of that vibe going on. Playability, I don't know. We'll see. I'd love for Grass to be more playable. I think Meowscarada is probably more playable than this, so we'll see. But this is again a basic, so you get it out and just do your thing.
And now we can also take a look at the Chen Pao Max Caliber deck.
Yeah, so
and
we've
how
got
Baxcalibur goes with the Chien-Pao, and how we're seeing a lot of play with the Baxcalibur Chien-Pao. Is working as a very good combo.
Yeah, that's the big hit right now, it seems, is the Baxcalibur is the new energy acceleration, kind of like Frostmoth was before
and you're
it
able
rotated
to
out.
get more energy on the Chien-Pao to help accelerate and make its attack better.
Yeah, the energy acceleration built into this one seems to be based more off of Stage 2 Pokemon, like the Quaquavel from Scarlet and Violet, and this Baxcalibur one, but there's just other ways to do it with your trainers and stuff too. So this may not be the end game for this one, because people might find out with only evolution, or not evolution instance is gone, but the rare candy only having 4 of those, are you going to play a full line of a lot of these Pokemon that are Stage 2, and are you going to be consistent if you're not playing the Stage 1 and you're just doing the basic to the Stage 2 with rare candy? So that could be a little rough, but yeah, so this is one of those combos we're already seeing out there, and we'll kind of keep an eye and see where it goes. And then next, it's just going to be kind of hitting some other ones that we really liked. Next is Flamigo. I keep putting the N in there because it's flamingos. This one actually is kind of a cool little quirky card.
Because it goes very well with another card, like in the pre-release decks that you will see. You've got the Flamingo. The Flamingo also goes with the, what's it called again?
Murkrow, and then Wattrel.
And the Wattrel.
Yeah, they all have that United Wings ability.
Wings.
And the Murkrow and Flamigo, if you get them in your pre-release deck, you're going to get a play set of Flamigos. I don't know, not everybody's getting the play set of the Murkrows. I saw some people only getting 3 and getting the Tinkaton as their promo. I got the promo Murkrow one. I played this deck. I pulled 7 Murkrows. I got the 4 in the deck, and then plus another 3 that I pulled out of my packs, plus the Flamigos. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. And I just got my butt handed to me. It did not go well.
You didn't win a single game.
I didn't. And this deck's got potential, but not in that format. It's cool. It's cool to get play sets of these things. The Flamigos are uncommons, so it's kind of cool to get a set of those in a build-in battle. But at your own risk, if you want to try to play this in a pre-release or a build-in battle, it's not nearly as good as this deck seems to be currently with other cards available to it. The Wattrels really make a difference. Saw an online version of this deck that I kind of tweaked a bit that uses Ditto, so we've been playing that as Ditto, can take the abilities of these when they're in the attacks of these when they're in the discard pile, and that seems to be pretty cool. There's definitely different ways to play that deck, and it can be pretty consistent.
Now let's move on to the next one.
So, next one is Miss Magius.
It's just, I think altogether, I'm not sure if it's a super playable card, but I definitely think that the art is a very, very beautiful job done, and that whoever did it did a really good job, because it's just such a beautiful card, and it's shot at night, and it kind of brings the essence of Magius to the card.
Yeah, and its ability is actually kind of cool too. I mean, you probably would play it for the ability. The attack's not great, but the ability to kind of making it so that your opponent's Pokemon can no longer do what it needs to do because you've moved energy around is helpful. And I ended up getting this one out of a pack, and it's really cool. I like this one a lot. So,
very cool.
Let's see what we've got here next.
This is personally one of my favorite cards on here. It's just so cute. That's the main reason we added it. It's just so cute. You can see all the little bears with the little strawberries. And in the game, I was able to get a shiny one. And they're just such a pretty card. It's again sticking with the plant theme. It's just such a beautiful card.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Smurfs too. I don't know, those strawberries looking like mushrooms, and it looks kind of like Smurf Village but with bears.
And they're using little leaves as blankets. You can see in the right-hand corner they're using little Smurfs as blankets.
Yeah, this gallery.
Not little Smurfs, little leaves.
The gallery that they're doing now, it looks like it's going to be consistent now. Starting with Scarlet and Violet, they're going to do these for all the sets, and so far they're awesome.
Definitely a good idea, especially for people like me.
And it's a huge money sink because these are not easy to pull. Even these ones that are based off of commons and uncommons can be hard to get. All right, and let's see. We've got next is Magikarp.
Last one is Magikarp. This was one of his favorite ones that he added. It's just such a pretty card.
Yeah, it's other people have said that they really like it a lot too. We did not get this one. It's just really cool. It's a really cool kind of not necessarily abstract, but it kind of is.
And it shows how derpy he is.
Well, yeah, I know. I like the colors. It's almost mosaic, but not. It's just kind of, the art style is just one of those ones where it's hard to not look at it and kind of take it in and realize it's cool.
It reminds me of pointism. It like reminds me of pointism art, but it's not, which is very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely. It would be cool to see this like in a bigger poster or something like that. I'm not sure that they do posters of their artwork.
Like one of those cards that you can see at the game shops where it like will change into a different one.
Yeah, they haven't done that since Sword and Shield though. I don't know what they're doing. It seems like their promos for the Scarlet and Violet sets are just paper ones. But yeah, something like that, like those big posters would be cool. I'm not quite certain on the artist on this one, but that could be another thing too, where this art could be maybe on their website. So that'd be something to check out as well. But this was just kind of our take on some cards that we really liked from the set. As I said, they're from the gallery, so it's not stuff that everybody's going to pull. But if you pull some of these, some of them are the common ones. I mean, even though they're harder to pull, it's not like
it's not like going to be like you have to open a bunch of packs to be able to pull.
Yeah, and I mean, even if you want to buy singles on these aren't all going to be like $50. I mean,
like there's some that are like ranging from 15 to like, I think I saw even one that was like $3.
Oh yeah, some of these are going to be a lot cheaper than that even. So I mean, this Magic card might go for a bit more, but some of the other ones, definitely the ones that get played will go for more, but some of the other ones can definitely under $10 on some of these. And obviously you guys probably have some of your own, so definitely if you've got some that we missed, hit it in the comments. Let us know what you think.
We can always make a part 2 if we need.
Yeah, I mean, and we'll probably keep up on just the different artwork and what we think about some of the artwork coming through here. We're just going to kind of go through and say some different things about different cards as they come out and say what we think about them. Do you have any other info or anything else you want to go over while we've got everybody still here?
No, I don't think so, except for have a good rest of your day no matter where you are.
Very much so. You guys all have a good one. Thank you very much. And please like and subscribe. Have a good one.
Bye.